What's up, guys? This is Chuck Bass for CardRunners. Long time no see. Today we are going to be doing a three-parter series on bounty MTTs. I haven't really seen a lot of video footage about bounty MTTs pretty much ever on any site. Every now and then you see someone make a video about one, but usually in those cases they just pretty much make a standard MTT video and maybe talk a little bit about the bounties, but not really from a theoretical perspective, just like, okay, I'm calling this job a bit looser because I might also get a bounty and so on. Like, I don't know, maybe theory videos on this subject do exist, but at least I've never seen one personally. So here we go then. Because I don't want to waste anyone's time, people have more and more limited time these days, I'm just going to be frank and say straight away that part one is going to be slightly less complex than the other parts. So if you think you're an experienced bounty player and you know how stuff works, you know how to calculate the bounty value and all, you might wanna start from part two. And if you have any kind of doubts about how to calculate the bounty value or any kind of really simplistic issues about, like maybe if you're really new to MTTs or bounties or so on, yeah, then I definitely recommend watching this. But I just want to make sure that any of the really advanced players don't get bored, so I just thought I'd put it out there. So yeah, today we are going to be doing an introduction. We'll take a look into different types of KO tournaments that exist. We are going to be going through why you might want to play these tournaments. There are quite a few good reasons, in my opinion, that often get overlooked. And I think there's a lot of merit into not treating the bounty tournaments as regular MTTs also from a brain power usage perspective, if that makes any sense. Because I think that kind of like the anti-up tournaments and all kinds of like slightly non-standard tournaments, I think bounty tournaments take a lot more focus, but they can also be a lot more rewarding if you're doing it right. So we'll talk a little bit about that later. And also we'll go through the key point that I still don't think that all regs even know of, and certainly most random players don't know of, even if it should be really simple. So we'll go through calculating the bounty value in chips, not money, but in chips at all times during the course of each bounty tournament. Because even if it is a tournament where you have, say, a $40 regular prize pool and $10 bounty prize pool in the Stars 54 KO, even that you do get $10 for each bounty. That's not really the way to look at it. You should always look at it how many chips each bounty is worth. So we'll be going there a bit later. And then in part two, we'll go into more advanced concepts. We'll talk a lot about how to exploit people and how to exploit regs who play these extremely suboptimal usually. Because I think that you see good regulars make mistakes a lot more in bounties than they do in regular tournaments. And we'll go through a couple of tricks you should have in your sleeve as well. And pretty much just talk about everything you might want to know to become a really successful player at these tournaments. And in part three, we'll wrap it up with actual hand history examples. So, what are bounty tournaments? This is the question of the day. I'm sure that most of you already know the answer to this question, but might as well go through it. So, in bounty tournaments, there are two different prize pools, the regular prize pool and the bounty pool. So, if we want to make a really simplistic example, let's say there's a tournament with a $20 buy-in and it's called a super knockout. In super knockouts, each knockout is worth half the buy-in. So basically, if we exclude rake, which is irrelevant, $10 of the $20 buy-in go to the regular prize pool and $10 go to the bounty prize pool. So for each player you bust, you get $10, and the other $10 is just going to the regular prize pool. So when you reach the top 10 or whatever percentage they pay out, you'll just get regular payouts based on that. So it's entirely possible for you to make a profit in the tournament by both cashing and never knocking out a single person if you make enough from the regular prize pool still, or by not finishing anywhere near the money but knocking out, say, 3 people, in which case you'd get back $30 and make a small profit.